What's up, everybody? It's the boy who had 7, and I am joined by Mr. Gretzky. What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. How you been?
I'm good, man. So we were talking hockey, and tell me a little bit about your love for hockey, man, because I don't know enough hockey, to keep up, but I respect the sport, love it, and I'm excited to hear from you, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a big Wayne Gretzky fan, if you don't know by the name.
I kind of figured that one, which when I was a kid, he was the one guy I did know, and he was amazing, so I feel you.
Oh, yeah. He's the one guy that basically transformed, when he went to L.A., transformed hockey into the South.
Oh, yeah.
So to get Dallas to move from Minnesota to Dallas, which is probably the closest team to you, probably.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe Arizona has a team, don't they? Like the Coyotes?
Yeah, but they're rumored to be the rumors going around that they're moving divisions because they added Seattle. So there's too many teams in one division that the NHL, I think, owns the team now.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those deals where like the NFL, or not the NFL, the NBA owned the Hornets at one point when they were in New Orleans.
Yep.
And then sold them to the Saints owner, which was fishy to me, is how in the world overnight there's a handshake and it's done. So it's like nobody knew the team was even up for sale. It's like they just went to him and said, "Hey, would you like to buy this?" Finish it off, and they own it. But they're rumored to be headed to Houston.
Wow.
Because the guy in Houston bought the Hurricanes here in Raleigh. He ended up buying the team, and he's from Houston. Everybody thought, oh, he's going to move it to Houston. And then he said he wasn't moving the team.
Wow. So I bet you were happy about that.
Yeah. So at least we still have a team because they came from Hartford. They moved down from Hartford because he couldn't get a new stadium.
Yeah.
The owner, so he complained, no stadium, I'm moving. So he moved down here, and the rest is history.
How often do you get to go see games, man?
Not as often as I like. I think it's been a while since I've actually seen a hockey game.
Yeah.
There. I think the last thing we saw there was a concert.
Oh, really? That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so I live right at the tip of Texas, okay? And Austin, 8 hours away. San Antonio, 8 hours away. Houston, 10 to 11 hours away, So I mean, we have nothing around here. So if I want to go see some kind of, NFL, MLB, hockey, whatever, man, I got to travel big time. So you got to take advantage of that, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's almost like people here don't really care for the basketball team.
Yeah.
Because it's too far to drive every day, to drive 3 hours.
Is that how far it is?
Yeah, it's like 3 hours away to go to Charlotte from us. So all those people are like, why would I want to drive out there? There's 41 home games. Why would I want to drive out there to go see a team that's run by Michael Jordan, which is the awfulest team ever because he went to the playoffs. I can't even believe it. He went to the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yep.
And then he turned around and ended up getting rid of the
trading everyone, right?
Basically getting rid of everybody. Then they make a trade for Dwight Howard, I guess, from whatever team he was on.
Yep.
And cut him because he wanted to be cut. So they traded him, got him, cut him, and now he's back with the Lakers, the team that basically he didn't get along with at the time. So I'm just like, so I don't watch the NBA. I haven't really followed it in 12 years now.
Man, you've been out of it for a while.
Yeah, so I just know a little bit from just watching TV. But, yeah, the Bobcats here, they were the Bobcats. Now they're back to the Hornets, but nobody really cares for them that much. Around here, it's more college basketball, college football.
Who are your teams?
Mine is Northwestern.
Cool.
Which we're terrible at basketball, so we've only made it one time to the tournament, and it was the first time, I think it was last year or the year before? But we have the guy, we have Doug Collins' son coaching the team.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So he ended up coming over there, and I think a lot of these coaches, I've seen them come and go because they're all waiting for the Duke coach, looking for Mike Krzyzewski to retire.
Yeah, it's true.
And all these guys think, oh, I'm not going to get my opportunity. He's not retiring, so I'm going to go somewhere else. Just like Roy Williams, basically at the time wasn't ready to come over to Carolina. Then he came to Carolina and won a couple championships.
Yeah.
Man, that couldn't win one in Kansas. I mean, the last time they won in Kansas was Brown when he was there coaching, and Danny Manning.
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so you're North Carolina. Isn't Super Russ 9000 over there? Do you know if he's close to you or?
I don't know how close he is. I know he's somewhere. He said he was close to Charlotte, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's somewhere over here. I know Prowler is close to me.
Cool.
Who else is close to me? Jigs Comics.
Okay. No Jigs.
Yeah, he's close to me. He's about an hour or so away. The other guy's about 45 minutes away. There's another guy that's up in Charlotte. The one guy that's really close to me is Chris. I don't know if you know him. There's another guy, and then there's a guy, Scott, that's real close to me.
I mean, there's a lot of Chris's in the community, man. So
yeah.
I wonder
you probably know Scott. He's like the toy guy on Instagram.
Okay. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got that weird. I think he rechanged his name. I think it's spelled like SKOT.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely know him.
Yeah. He's close to me. He's like he's actually the closest to me, really. And I didn't even realize that when he said he was close here. He's like, yeah, I'm in Wake Forest. I'm like, Wake Forest? I work in like North Raleigh doing stores and everything, and I go to Wake Forest sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, I know exactly where you're at.
Man, you guys are close then, huh?
Yeah, so we're actually the closest. He was trying to get up, but yeah, a lot of guys. Who's the other closest one? There's a couple in Virginia that are real close to me. Holler Mouse, he's up in Virginia. He's not too far from where I'm at.
That's cool, man. There's a couple small YouTubers here, Johnny 5, and I can't remember this other guy's name, and I saw him today at the comic shop. But he's got a really small channel. He hasn't done much with it for like 2 years. And then I've got Jim Mint. He's like 15 minutes up the street, man.
Yeah. Who was it that mentions him? Gary. Gary mentions him all the time.
Oh yeah, man. They used to do a show together and stuff. So
yeah, I saw that that card set that got destroyed.
Oh man, that was horrible.
Yeah, I was like, man, I wouldn't go back if they did that.
Oh man, I know. When I went into I went and hung out with him a couple times, and on his wall he has the first set, and he was trying to get it, the second one just like that. And man, they destroyed that thing. I felt so bad for him, but he got his money back and stuff. And
yeah,
you just don't have the cards, so it's like there's not many of those out there.
Oh yeah, that's the problem. I have a uncut set of cards sitting at my aunt's house still.
No way.
I never moved it out, but it's some Star Wars cards.
Oh, cool, man.
We bought it off of back in the day. They used to do the guy who runs. I think it's I forget what it's called, but it's one of the museums or something like that. He has like everything Star Wars in it.
Yeah.
And I guess he does it for Lucas or whatever. So he's like the Star Wars go-to guy, and he was on there selling this stuff.
Yeah.
They would have like this new stuff would come out, and he was on QBC. And my dad happened to see it, and I was like talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, this looks neat." My dad ordered it for me.
That's cool.
Years ago, we never got it framed because we wanted to get it framed, but it's like double-sided.
Mm-hmm.
But a double-sided frame would cost a ton of money, so you'd either see one side of the card or the other side.
Yeah.
But it's uncut, so it would be really, really neat.
That's cool, man. That's what I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars, so I'd love to see something like that happen, man.
Yeah, because my neighbor, when I lived in Georgia, my neighbor next door to us, he was big into sports.
Yeah.
and his kids played basketball, and they ended up moving up here because they couldn't, I guess something to do with the high school or something.
Yeah.
And then he took a job up here and ended up moving up this way. But he had an uncut set of baseball cards, like really old set of baseball cards that he had. And I guess somehow he was related to somehow through marriage, but like removed or something to Ty Cobb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's cool.
So he said, yeah, that's like my buddy. He told me that he used to be related to this one hockey player that used to play for Dallas, Jamie Langenbrunner. And he said, yeah, I used to see him at reunions and stuff years ago. And I guess he said it was somehow through marriage or something like that. But I don't know if something between when his parents divorced or something, they didn't see him anymore.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he inherited those cards, from that old school back in Ty Cobb's day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. That's what I wondered where he got some of this stuff, because he had like a whole room in the house. They had like, I guess it was above their garage. They had this room and they had all this stuff in there. And I was like, went in there a couple times and I was like, wow, didn't even know they had all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I've got a friend in the comic community that likes to keep this on the down low, so I can't divulge the name. But this guy has from Batman 1 all the way to current. He's got every issue, man. And like Batman 1 through like 100 are all in the lockbox at a bank. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, like some people just have some cool stuff, and he inherited that from a grandfather, And I'm just like, and a whole bunch of early detective too. He does not have the first tech, but Tech 27, but he's got all the other ones. And I'm just like, you realize like, and he says they're like in 7.0 or up, man.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have Batman 1, 7.0 and up. Like, my goodness, man. It gives me
because that's like my buddy. My buddy, he doesn't really do YouTube, but he's on Facebook. And I talk to him all the time. He's collected, as long as I've been alive, collecting comic books. Got like over 30,000 comics. He said he lost track after about 25,000.
Oh my goodness, man. Wow.
Lost track. Basically told me he has almost every, I think his Detective Comics run goes all the way up to current day, but from like 300 and a couple below that, all the way through the end. He's got like 700 Detective Comics or something like that, he said.
Man, that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
And I'm trying to just do the first run of 300 to 700 to 8, whatever it is, 880, but 881, because the 880 is going to probably be out of my price range.
Yeah, that's an expensive one. It's come down though in the last year. It's really come down. Yeah, the 98 was going for about 1,000 at one point a year and a half ago, and right now you can get one for like $400-$500. So it's really dropped. I don't know what the Raw's doing.
Yeah, I know. Who was it? It was Tim the Comic Collector. Had gotten the Mexican variant.
Oh, that's right.
And he said that was like dirt. He said that's like a lot cheaper to get that. I asked my buddy at the shop, and I asked him about it, and he goes, "No, I want the real thing. If I really want it, I don't want to go get some variant, some foreign variant of it. I want the real thing."
Yeah,
because he's a Wonder Woman collector, so he's got like every volume of Wonder Woman except for like most of the early stuff in Volume 1. He's trying to get like pre-100. He's got a few there, but he's trying to get all that. And he's trying to get Sensation as much as he can.
I bet Magic Lasso loves hearing that, man. He's hearing it. You know what? Let's shout out the chat, because we have not done that, and a couple people have said hey to you. And let me say
hey.
So we got Desi Thunder. What's up, Desi? That's my niece. Magic Lasso. Speaking of the devil, he loves that Wonder Woman. TK's Batcave. What's up, TK? Daymare's talking smack about Texas. Huge shout out to Daymare's. He sent me like this huge package that you see behind me, man. Of Dorbs and Pops and some trades and comics that I can give away during Comic Gories. So love you, man. Thank you, Daymare's. I appreciate that, bro. And then Jackson Roy Kirk. What's up, Jackson Roy Kirk? Says Texas, it's a whole other country. It's for sure, man. Used to be. A superpower review. Kevin's here. What's up, Kevin? Comic book poser, following Kevin over here. Let's see. Patrick Wall. What's up, Patrick? And then Fuchsia, she's the one that says, hey, two of my favorite people. So you had an unboxing with them recently, didn't you?
Yes.
Awesome, man. And then DJ Sick Rick. What's up, DJ Sick Rick? And his lady Martha. Hey, Martha. Love you guys. Thank you for stopping in. Super appreciate it. Disco. Woo, woo. What's up, Discovery Bay? Let's see. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Batman Popster 23 he says, have no fear. Batman is here. Comic Mag Musing. What's up, Comic Mag Musing? And I think that's everybody. So, guys, thanks for stopping in. Mr. Gretzky is trying to do something with his collection, and I'm trying to do something with my collection. It kind of worked out for both of us. What's up, Bearded Comic Bro? So, man, so you are going after Superman books, am I right?
Yes, Action Comics, yes.
Yeah, so you're trying to get Action Comics and fill that whole thing up. I've kind of decided recently that I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of my collection, man. And the two characters that I'm going to keep collecting and not sell any of their stuff, Spider-Man and Batman, my two favorite characters, man. So anything ASM, Spectacular Spider-Man, Venom, anything related to Spider-Man, I'm keeping in the collection, and anything related to Batman. So Batman, Detective Comics, I'm keeping those. And so you were trying to get rid of some Batman, Detective Comics stuff so you can get your Superman stuff, right?
Yes.
And so, guys, I bought a real big lot from this man, and we're going to open it up right now and see what is inside. I'm excited, man, because I know everything that's inside. You said you added a couple extras. That's cool, man. I really appreciate that. So excited to get in here and add to my collection. So what do you got left for your Action Comics, man? What are you going after right now?
Right now, I just picked up 6 books from a buddy of mine. He found them at a some place he went to. I don't even remember. He's in Iowa, so he ended up finding them. He ended up picking some up for himself and asked if I needed any. They had a whole box, and the guy didn't want to take the time to put them on. He was going to put them on eBay, and I guess he didn't have the shop guys like, I don't have the time to do it. So I guess he just put them out there for like $4 a piece. So I ended up getting 6 there. I just bought one from Bonafide Comics because he's out in Hickory.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's in Hickory, North. He's out that direction. And I got one from him. I got a bunch of detectives from him coming. And then I got so basically right now I think that was 6, 7, maybe 7 left of what I think I can possibly do by the end of this year.
Wow.
I've from 280 to basically I'll have 280 to the end. If I get to 904, I'll have all those.
That's amazing, bro.
Minus some of the Whitman variants and some of the other second printings and stuff like that I need to pick up. But
yeah, and that's cool. Are you ever going to try to get any lower than that 280? Are you going to try to, dabble in those earlier Action Comics?
What the goal is to get everything from 232 to the end. Okay. So if I can get that would be like 1957, I believe. Or 58, maybe 58 or 57. I can't remember when that started, but that would be the first Kurt Swan on doing covers, because he had done some earlier stuff, but he did a lot of interior work and then left and did something else and then came back. Yeah. So if I can get all of his stuff, but the earlier stuff would be like 131 to 171, I think is what it was. I think he did like 40 issues somewhere in there. Yeah. So I'm hoping that would be the ultimate goal, is to get those issues at some point.
Is Soups one of your favorite characters? Is he the favorite, or is this just something that you decided, I want to collect Action Comics?
Just something that he's one of the probably the first comic book that was that Justice League 69. Justice League America 69 was the first comic book that I got that turned me into a DC collector, from just being a Marvel guy to a DC collector. Okay. And then Death of Superman right after that came around, and I was like hooked. That was the first time I went into a shop. And that
time out. Is it Sam's birthday today? Ben Compton says happy birthday. Sam, if it is your birthday, dude, I cannot believe I didn't know. But happy stinking birthday, man. Oh my gosh, I feel like a butthead if it's your birthday and I didn't know. Ah!
Yeah, if it is, yeah.
Oh man. Sam, he says, oh, thanks, man. Are you joking, Sam, or are you for real? Is it the birthday today? Or is it just like an ongoing joke? It's gonna kill me if it is, man.
I know if it is, yeah, because I have him on Facebook, and I don't even.
I rely on Facebook for birthdays, man.
I know. That's what I do because I'm like thinking about. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to remember people's birthdays. I'm like, okay.
Sam, tell me, Sam. Okay, he's joking. Woo. Oh man, good. All right, I think it's from BS. The BS show. I think you guys are wishing him happy birthday, so it's probably the joke that keeps going. All right, cool. Anyway, didn't mean to interrupt you, man. So I love Death of Superman too, man. I mean, that's what got me into collecting. So I feel you on that, man. There's some stuff I'm not gonna get rid of. I know Patrick was joking. My keys, my CGC books, anything that's off white or lower, I'm getting rid of, man.
Yeah.
All the other keys I'm keeping. But like my death of Superman, Funeral for a Friend, Reign of the Superman, all those I'm keeping. My Infinity Gauntlet and all the tie-ins and crossovers I'm keeping. But I have like World War Hulk, all the tie-ins and everything, and I'm like, oh, do I want to keep it? Do I want to? I got Avengers versus X-Men, every tie-in, every book, every crossover. I've got the one I will keep for sure is Nightfall. And all the stories before and after that, because Batman, of course, I'm keeping those.
Oh yeah, Nightfall. That was I tried to collect that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this would be neat. I'll try to get all the books. Then I realized, what am I doing? There's just way too many titles. There's a
lot.
There's like Catwoman 93 or something. Then there was or 94. Then there was like Justice League Task Force had 2 issues in there. I'm like, what did that have to do with it?
All of the Nightfall story and like the I forget the 2 ones after that, but all the Bane stuff, it all fits in one short box. It's a lot, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It just got to the point where I just said, forget this. I'm not doing that. Because I mean, I've sold a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I had a huge X-Men run. And I ended up selling. I had probably almost all. I think all but 8 issues of Web of Spider-Man.
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
I sold that. I ended up selling Spectacular Spider-Man. Had a bunch of that. Sold it to a guy. Wish I would have known the guy didn't want all of it. You know, when I sold it to him.
You broke it up.
Yeah, I would have broke it up. I would have probably kept it and probably would have sold it to people in the community or whatever. But he ended up. But this was like 2018.
Yeah.
So I didn't. You know, most of the people here weren't around then.
Yeah, man. I came in 2018, but it's taken us all a while to kind of get to know each other, you know? Like, there's still people I see every day, like other people are talking to them in chats. I'm like, who's this? And I go, look, I'm not subbed. And
I know.
I'm finding people all the time.
Yeah, I got people I'm subbed to that haven't been relevant in probably 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, see?
And I'm like, yeah, that guy was great back then. But then it's like, I really think about it. A lot of the guys have quit doing videos, or the drama back then got to them and they just said, forget it. You know, I ain't going to deal with this. I'm out of here. Kind of thing. Cause it was like, well, there was maybe 10 or 15 main guys when I first started in 2010. So 10 years ago when I started, there was only 15 guys that you would find them doing videos or doing shows together.
Yeah.
Great legend, Rob. He was the first guy to do a live show.
I remember that, man.
And I was watching it like constantly. I'd watch it every Friday at 9:00 his time. It was like 10 o'clock my time. You would be watching his show, his Friday show, and that was basically the only real live show other than them getting together, a bunch of guys getting together and doing like an old Skype type deal.
Man. Sam's Tangle Web has been doing this 13 going on 14 years, man. That is insane. Sam is the man.
And it took me to only find Bueller to find him.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't even.
The year I started, Bueller started like a month after me, man. Comic Tom started like a month after me. Like, look at all these guys just blowing up, man.
I've seen guys that have been in the community forever, and they don't have as many subs as they probably should have.
Yeah.
But they're like at almost like Holler Mouse is almost at 4,000 subs.
Ooh.
But he hasn't. Well, he's taking breaks in between, but it's just like if he really was pushing it and really wanted to do it, he probably could get the subs with all the knowledge that he throws out there. He could do it, but it's just the problem is a lot of these people don't have it, you know?
Yeah. How many subs you got, Bearded, right now, man?
Yeah, how many does he have?
You know, John and Fuchsia were talking about omnis, and that's something that I really even thought about just completely getting those so I can read everything because I love to read.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's something I'd love to do. I mean, I look at Gem Mint's wall and it's just like omnis everywhere, and I'm like, you know, that'd be really cool to be able to have my kids just come into like a room and pull that out and read it. You know what I'm saying? Like myself in there and enjoy the story. And I don't know. We'll see.
I know Marvel was discounting a bunch of their omnibuses a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And they were giving them away for almost like nothing. It was like guys said it was like a couple $100. They were giving away for like $75.
Yep. Target had a buy two, get one free at one point, and I almost bought the whole Jeff Johns Green Lantern. And I was like, I don't have space right now. I don't have space. So hey, y'all, if you haven't subbed up Bearded Comic Bro, do me a favor and do it now. Let's get him up a little higher than 273 tonight.
Wow, 273.
Nice, man.
That's a good number.
Yeah, man, for sure. So, all right, should I get into this box?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what I got, man. So I've been looking to try to fill in a bunch of runs and stuff that I don't have. And so you're going to help me out here. So let's see here. Okay. So I went to Gretzky and I was like, hey, man, I think it was on somebody's live show. And you're like, I'm getting rid of some stuff, Batman books. And I'm like, dude, I'll take them. Right. Is that how?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So he's like, I'll shoot you a list or you shoot me a list. So I told him, right, these are the ones I'm looking for. And so just to fill in Batman runs. So right here, we're going to go. This is Batman 661. All right. And then we've got, okay, I was looking for this whole run. So this is Road to No Man's Land. This is Batman 560. So I was like, hey, whichever issues that you have with this No Man's Land, hook me up with those, man. This one is Batman 561. So it's another one there. Batman 562. And I had a copy that I was, well, I'll show you guys in a second. Let's see. Oh, I didn't keep it close. Batman 564. Let's see. Oh, man, this is a crazy cover. Batman 565.
Oh, yeah. A lot of those covers are pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Look at that. That thing's vicious, man. Mosaic.
Yeah. I actually like those covers better than, say, like the Superman covers.
Uh-huh.
Because that's why, like the Action Comics, why I don't really collect the Superman book itself, is I never really got into their covers. You know, Batman covers were like great covers, detective covers, they're all great, but those are just like, eh.
Yeah, man. I think this one is 569. So 567 is the big one. It's the first appearance of Cassandra Cain. And I was gonna send one off to CGC, bro. And then I opened it up and I flipped it, and there was some stuff wrong with it that I didn't see before, so it's not gonna get a 9.8. And so I'm like, perfect. I'll have it raw to go with the stuff that Mr. Gretzky sent me. So I'm cool with it, man. Ooh, this is such a cool cover. This is No Man's Land. This is number 571. Look at that Bane cover. Bane's my favorite Batman villain. So
yeah.
Let's see here. This one is 572. Two-Face. Oh yeah. 573. Looks like Lex Luthor showing up in Gotham.
Yeah, I think that is, yeah.
And then Batman 574. Man, these covers are great. Really, really great. And then, okay, getting into little Jim Lee, Jeff Loeb. So this is the Hush storyline, Batman 609. I have to admit, I have these already, but I love Batman Hush. So, okay, this was in 616. Oh, that's a good sword cover right there for Comic Gories.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love this, man. 618. Look at that cover. Dang. Okay, this one's 619. Playing chess with Gotham. Oh, man, love this book so much. I do not have this one. So this is great. Batman 638, the revealing of Jason Todd as Red Hood.
Oh, yeah, that was a great book.
Yes. Oh, man, that's awesome. I don't have that book, but now I do. Here's another one. Batman 640. Man, bearded. He's like, bro, I need those. Batman 642. Look at that. Into the Jaws. Let's see if I'm missing out on anything. Oh, yeah, that's cool, man. This is a great cover. Batman 644. Black Mask. Another of my favorite characters. Oh, this is cool. Batman 645. Yeah, it is. Super Russ. Woo. These are ones I need to read too. 646. Some of these Red Hood stories. Man, talk about explosion cover, fire cover.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, this is a good one. Batman 648. And there's one recently done like this. It's kind of like an homage to this. But this is really, really good. Cool one.
Yeah, I can't remember the issue number, but yeah.
What's up, Count Von Strange? Oh, this is cool. Batman 649. Yeah. It's going to beat him with a crowbar. Batman 650. Man, this is so cool. There's a lot of these that I have not read, so I'm excited to do that. Batman 651. That's a cool cover. Yeah, you're right, Bearded Comic Bro. It was an annual for Volume 3. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Oh, this is cool. Batman 652. Look at these covers, y'all. Some fire. Yeah, that's a good one, Patrick. 666. Ooh, this is crazy. Dang. Batman 653. This is good stuff, bro. I'm glad you and I hooked up that night, man.
Oh, yeah.
654. If I hadn't have seen that comment, I would not have these right now. Still got a huge box left. I mean, a whole bunch left to go. Damian. Huge fan of Damian. It's one of my favorite Robins. So, what's up, JoJo? Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, because I know the one book that I didn't have, I sold that to John.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which one? I can't remember what issue that was.
I think it was the first cover. Was it the first cover appearance? Or the first appearance of Damian?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Can't remember what issue that was. Yeah, because it was.
I'm gonna get that one wrong.
Yeah, that one's not that. I didn't realize that one didn't go for very much.
Man. JoJo in the house.
Yeah, I was surprised that book wasn't higher.
Dude, is that somebody's head on?
Let me see.
That's crazy. Someone underwater, it looks like.
I think it is, yeah. I can't remember now. Some of them I haven't read in a long time.
The art changes right here. Wow. Joker's bleeding eyes. Batman 664. We're getting close. Oh, man.
Starting to get more violent.
Yeah, it is. 665. Look at him. That dude's bleeding. What's up, girl? Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what he's talking about.
I bet you could get a 9.8 on that one.
Yes, man. Batman 666.
Yeah, if you send it in, you probably get a 9.8 on that one.
Dude, this is awesome, bro. This thing is clean. Woo woo. I'm gonna keep it raw though because I want to read all of these.
Yeah.
Or maybe no, not right now. Thank you, babe. Oh, okay, this is cool. This is a throw-in. This is the Superman 1 million. You're like, I didn't mean to put that in there. That was mine.
No. Actually, I think I ended up selling most of that run.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Or A-okayed it to Biggie.
Biggie. Man. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah, cool, man. KG Beast. This is Batman 420. That's a cool cover, man. They're going at it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this is great, man. 419. Oh, my goodness. Oh, 418. Oh, man. There's so much different art in everything that you've sent me. And I just appreciate all of it. This is so great. And I think that's it. Yeah, there it is, man. What an unboxing. Bro, I'm so happy to have this, man. Thank you for the throw-ins. Like, wow. This is cool right here. I've been wanting this one for a while, man.
Oh, yeah.
You. Hey, what's up, Burke? Let me say what's up to Burke. It's morphin' time. All right, let's see. We've got to catch up on the chat here real quick. Jojo found the Gremlin alien so far, still after the Predator and TMNT figures. Nice. Count Von Strange. He got a sick Swamp Thing statue, man. It's so cool. And because he loves Swamp Thing so much, it's just perfect. Let's see. Patrick Waugh. I think mine's like a 9.0 or 9.2 of that 666, but snagged it for $18. That's a great grab, bro. Really great. Gretzky, you got my address wrong and accidentally shifted the Matt. That's awesome.
Well, if he needs some, I still got some more.
Yeah, that's right, man. There's
I got about 140 more to go.
That's right. He's got to get rid of some more stuff, man. Oh, man. This is great, man. This is going to fill in a lot of stuff. Man, a lot of these boxes are going to be empty. John and I are going to do an auction next Wednesday on my channel. And I'm thinking about getting rid of, I have Civil War and all the tie-ins. Like I was saying earlier, I got a lot of runs in every single issue that goes with it. Silver Surfer, McFarlane, Spider-Man, Jim Lee X-Men. There's so much stuff that I have that I'm just trying to should I get rid of this? Should I not? But I'm going to go with some keys that I have first and then see how that goes and start filling in everything I need for Batman and Spider-Man. So I'd love to have Spider-Man 1, actually Spider-Man AF-15 and up, but that AF-15 and that 1 through 20, man, those are some expensive ones.
Oh, yeah. I remember, what was it? One con I went to, they actually had a AF-15 at the con.
Mm-hmm.
This was probably 2013.
Yeah.
And the guy literally said the only reason it wouldn't be higher is the cover was detached.
Oh,
that was the only thing really bad. Man. He's like, but he wanted $1,500. And somebody asked him, would you go any lower? He goes, yeah, I'll go 14. But with a detached cover, I was like, who wants to spend $1,400 for a detached cover? I mean, come on.
I know, man. That's the thing. AF-15, I've been trying to grab one for the last 3 years, but every copy that comes my way is either way out of my price range or just a horrible, beat up, nasty copy that they want between 10 and 15 grand, and it's just I can't do that, man. I can't get one with mold all over or missing chunks out of it or half the page ripped off for that much money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It's like the Batman book I got, one from the Silver Age. It's got a cut right there at the corner. And but it was like a 20. I think the guy wanted like $20 for it shipped or something like that. And I'm like,
yeah,
for that to be missing, I'm like, that doesn't really hurt the story or anything. I asked the guy, he goes, no, okay.
yeah.
I'm like, I'll take it. I don't care.
Daymares, I have Silver Surfer 1 and 4 in a 9.0 white pages, and those might be some I'll be getting rid of soon. I don't have the whole run though, and they're not raw. I just have those 2 graded copies. Those are ones I was actually talking to the wife about last night. I'm like, I love those books, but I might get rid of the 9.0 Silver Surfer 1 and 9.0 Silver Surfer 4. Since I have FF 48, I'm good, and 49 and 50.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I can get rid of the Silver Surfer one. So I don't know, though. I'm going to get rid of the stuff I really don't love first. And then if I still need the room and still need the money, I just bought a new house, bro. And so we got some bills to pay. And if I want a comic room, I'm going to have to build it. And so I'm like, should I save up and just wait? Because I don't have an office in the new house. So we got more rooms, but the kids are using that. We're trying to spread our wings a little bit and give the kids some space. And so I'm going to literally have my office in a smaller spot than it is now in the new house. But eventually I'd like to build like a little office out in the back attached to the house. But it's going to take money. So I'm like, okay, I really need to look at my collection and what I want to get rid of and what I'm willing to sell now so I can build an office and then eventually get it back. And oh my gosh, man, it's stressful.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm glad I have it. I'm glad I can trade it, and try to get something new. I feel you. My Grail's a TMNT 1 first print for sure, man. That's a great book. I don't even want to see that book unless I can afford it, man. I almost picked up a 9.0 last year, 2018 or 19. And I decided to go with a couple other books instead. And now that book's just going up and up and up. And
oh, yeah.
I'm like, ugh. Maybe I should have gotten it. Oh well, if you say should have, could have, would have, you're always gonna be kicking yourself in this hobby.
I say that all the time because I do that on eBay. I'll see something, I'm like, yeah, first appearance of this Batman villain. I'm like, yeah, I should get Detective Comics 300. First Polka Dot Man. Okay, I could get that. No, I don't really want it. Like. Something wrong. There's really not much wrong with the book, but I'm like, now I can get it a little better. And then all of a sudden it's like, now it's like a couple $100 to get that grade. I'm like, oh, yeah, could have got it for like 20 back then.
No, like the one that's killing me, man, is that I had an opportunity to buy, and this is like modern book and spec, right? But I had an opportunity to get like 5 copies of the Venom 3 third print, the one with Null sitting on the throne. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Blowing up crazy. And $20 each, and for $100 I got 5 copies. I'm like, no, I'm good. And now they're like, they're insane. I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah, I see that Gary's buying those things like crazy.
Yeah, he is, man. He loves that one. And what's the other one he loves?
Spawn 9.
Yeah.
He just got 2. I think his last video he said he got 200 copies of that.
Oh man!
Like he got like a case of them. Like the guy had cases of books, and he ended up getting like a case of it, and he's like buying them. I'm like, who comes across that? Like I find something, and I'm like, can't even pull a deal off for something like that, and I end up selling it. Or I end up selling it before it becomes popular.
Yeah, the here in my town, everything's been like just sold and gone. Like there's really not many deals you find. You find a ton of 90s books here in town. But nothing else,
Yeah, that's the problem with the guy over here in Clayton. He has problems with that because his comic book guy wants to try to get stuff, but he says, all I get is 90s all day long. All these guys bringing in this junk that was never bagged and boarded, stuff that they spec'd on back then.
Yeah.
With multiple copies of stuff that goes for dollar bin material. He said, I put them in my 50-cent bin just to get rid of them.
Man, yeah, I wish, like I've gone hunting and stuff, and I've gone to all the Facebook sales, and I find some good stuff every once in a while,
Yeah, I mean, I've got lucky. I got lucky back then. Got lucky on it and ended up getting two Action Comics that way. My 2 Golden Age Action Comics.
Really?
Yeah, just talking to the guy. Actually, it was the same seller, and I ended up talking to him, and he had a sale. What was it? He had them in like some kind of auction he was doing or something, where it's just one of these buy it now things, and I put in a price that I wanted that he had, and it was like, yeah, I'll take it for this, and nobody bid on it any higher. Got it for what I got it for. It was already graded and everything, the 69, and then I ended up grading the other, or it was 71 that was graded. I think 71 was graded. The 69, I think I just got graded.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting that raw from him for a little bit more, but I didn't care. It was like 2 Golden Age books that you're never going to see at that price.
Yeah. Man, you're lucky. I'm listening to some of the people in the chat too, and like Count Von Strange as I live too close to Alex the Comic Corner to find good books. Yeah, JoJo with Comic Vantage up there and everybody else, like that's got to be tough too. What's going on, Comic Man? I don't know. I mean,
we've got. I think I've added it up. Different places that sell comic books.
Mm-hmm.
That within a 3-hour drive of just where I'm at for a 3-hour drive, I could probably go to over 20 different places.
Really?
Yeah. But most of the places don't really have a whole lot. It's more or less like most of it's 90s, 2000s, newer stuff. And it's like, that's what people are looking for like and if you find anything that's Silver Age, Bronze Age, even Golden Age, they're all overpriced.
Sorry, man. I'm looking at some messages here. Yeah,
but
man.
I wish I would have been smart. I probably could have bought out the guy back in 2012. He had 2 shops, and he ended up closing one because they bought it out for the college.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were buying out the land around there, and I guess they bought it out, and he had like a sale. I guess it was like 50% off sale on everything. And the guy's in a little itty-bitty shop now, but he's talked about maybe opening a second shop.
Uh-huh.
And I talked to his shop manager that was there, and he said, I've told him to just go get something bigger. If he wants to move, go get something bigger, because he's been here for 20, 30 years or whatever. He's been doing this.
Yeah.
Forever. And he's like, yeah, just go get something bigger, instead of wasting our time going to open another shop that you're not going to have time to even run.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can barely take care of the one you got.
I had start of this year, 2020, there was 8 comic shops within half an hour.
Wow.
And during COVID, 3 of them shut down permanently.
Wow.
So that's really, really sad to see. There's one that was maybe about 15 minutes from my house. Another one about 35 minutes from my house. And then another one probably in between those 2. And they just shut their doors permanently. Yeah. So it's like, dang, man, I hate seeing that, And then.
Oh, yeah. We've had the same problem. We've had one guy, he didn't really shut down completely. He just got out of the brick and mortar and went to eBay.
Uh-huh.
And online stuff. So he said it's cheaper for him. And he's like the oldest comic book shop in North Carolina. And he shut down and went strictly to doing that. The other guy, they combined everything to one shop. I guess they had 2 shops. Mm-hmm. And I guess with all this going on last year, I guess they decided it wasn't worth keeping both open. And now they're realizing that it was probably the best thing for him. And another guy, he's tried to stay open. And I think he ended up finally permanently closing, but he tried to stay open. And other tried to do like a GoFundMe to try to stay open. And it was just like, you're beating a dead horse if you're already can't afford to keep it open.
Yeah.
A GoFundMe, unless they give you like, a couple $100,000, you're only going to get enough to stay open maybe a couple more months.
Yeah.
And then you're still going to close.
You know what, man? It's already a small niche market. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah.
And depending on what city you're in, who cares about it in that city. It could be even smaller. And then COVID hits. I mean, it's just, I feel bad for all these people shutting down. But those that are able to figure it out and kind of go online, like you said, or do something a little different, or offer this or offer that, and weather the storm, hopefully it's better for them and they figure it out and they run with it, you know?
Because we've actually had one shop, actually, I think the guy merged with the other shop. He ended up merging his shop together. But when they merged together,
Night, Russ.
Oh, see you, Russ. The problem with that guy was he had a lot of stuff that did not go before, like from 1987 to today. That was about 99% of what they had.
Wow.
Anything they had before that was set up as a, like, they were basically brokering the deal for the people.
Yeah.
So that's what if they had anything any earlier, but most of their stuff was more or less, they were geared towards families, geared towards more of that kind of stuff. And it just, I guess it finally got to the point where it was just one of those things where they used to work at a shop down in Raleigh and they decided to branch out on their own. So it was basically this guy and his wife and some other guy that they knew that worked there at the shop, and they started doing this. But he said, I guess it got too much for him. And last year they've been talking about it, and then finally come March, they finally merged.
Yeah.
And that, but then the guy ended up having a dollar sale because he had all these extra books.
Putting two huge stores or whatever.
Yeah.
Together.
And he has like a whole warehouse full of this stuff. He does these dollar sales all the time. But when you go in there, you'll find multiple copies of books that may have come out like a year ago that didn't sell. Like they over ordered for their 3 shops and they just got stuck with this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, to me, it's like, why order stuff if you're not going to get it, you know?
Yeah, it's true. It's true, man. My comic shop, my LCS, he's all about new books, man. He doesn't order too many extra, so you'll never find extra books at his shop. He gets his pull list guys and gals going, and that's his bread and butter, you know. And so he does have older books in the shop, and he does have some pops and things like that. But man, it's nice the way he's been able to set up his pull list, because he knows those people are always coming and that those new books are bringing in.
Yeah, because there was who was it? I was reading something. It was back 4 or 5 years ago. A place in New York. Oh, Bub.
Yeah, you missed it that time, bro. Okay, it only took us about 30 minutes to get into it.
Yeah, but I think the guy in New York, I think he stopped doing new comic books on the rack and just went to just strictly, if you want a new book, pull list.
Yeah.
Because he realized back then it was a losing market unless you pull listed.
Yeah.
And I know I just watched Tim, the comic collector's video about him not getting new books anymore. And he said he's just getting out of doing the new book thing because either the shops near him don't have it, or they tell you, oh, we'll get it. And a lot of times it's not really the shop's fault. Because I talked to my my buddy about it, and he says a lot of it has to do with Diamond and their shipping. Yeah. And then especially now with DC canceling half of their stuff, every time you turn around, they're canceling something.
Marvel too, man. I feel bad for Super Russ 9000. He's gone already, but he had 2 books on his pull list: Thor, the Donny Cates run, and Captain Marvel, and not because of spec, but because he really loves reading them. And so he goes to his LCS. They're like, "Sorry, we didn't get him, man." He's like, "What do you mean you didn't get him? You just sold him for more money, you jerks." I feel bad for him. Like, I was actually gonna message him today, and I got so busy with work, and then I literally got home 15 minutes late to start this, and I'm barely here, But like, I was gonna tell him, you know what, man, I can just add it to my pull list, and then we'll just save it up, and then I'll ship them to you. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
because I mean, he just gets done so wrong. And if I tell my LCS, like, dude, I want these on my pool, they're always there. you know?
Oh yeah.
And so, I mean, even if the book's a super hot book or whatever, it's there for me. And
oh yeah, that's like our guy. He gets all the Archie books for me. So anything when Archie comes out with something, if I'm collecting it, they'll have it if I want it. If not, then they'll put it out. But most of the time, he has what I need.
Yeah.
But it's been more or less when I don't get it, it's either Diamond didn't ship it or Archie didn't have it out in time. And when they had Adam Hughes doing covers for them,
yeah,
that was even the worst thing because it only went 3 issues. And it took them over a year and a half to get 3 issues out. I'm like, 3 issues. And they tried to do, from what I understand, they tried to do a Kickstarter to gain some more money to do some more stuff. And I guess it didn't work. People said, you're a big time comic book company. You don't need a Kickstarter. Yeah. So I got all this backlash and people just going at them. So they canceled it. But I'm just like, if you can give money to Atari to bring you something that's not going to be as good as advertised, then you could give a comic book company money who barely can get books out on time.
Yeah.
and get these big name, because they had Fiona Staples was on it, and somebody else was writing it. I can't remember, but she did a cover too and then dropped out of it.
Man, that's great.
And they
must have got behind the scenes too, though, you know?
Yeah, they got a lot of Mark Waid has written a bunch of their books. And then Nick Spencer has been writing the latest version of Archie. But they stopped that at some point, and I don't even think it's coming back out yet because they don't have a solicitation for their ongoing Archie book.
Yeah.
And that I'm like, no solicitation for August. So I'm like, so when are you coming back?
Man, I agree with Bearded Comic Bro. Adam Hughes covers are amazing.
Yeah.
Patrick Wall, I've just been reading Something's Killing the Children, and I think the last issue is 8 that's coming out now. That's the only one I haven't read yet. That's a great story, man. And then I have Batman Beyond on my pull list because Batman Beyond, the Rebirth story, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, but you're a huge Archie guy.
Yes.
I knew that. And
the only reason I don't collect why I ended up selling most of my Spider-Man books and then AOK in some of them. And that was because I ended up falling out because of the guy on it, the writer they had for forever, and I didn't like him. So
yeah.
And then he went and did, what did he do? Then they put him on Fantastic Four, the new one, and I'm like,
Slott.
Dan Slott, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't like him. I hated him for what happened to Spider-Man. I was like, you had a great thing going, and then you had to go and tick off. You had to go tick off Straczynski, with your stupid Thor crap. You brought him back after you had him on Spider-Man. He got ticked off about something, left. You coerced him to come back and do Thor. You're like, oh, come back, do Thor. Okay, well, I don't want no crossovers. I don't want you to mess with this. I can do what I want. Okay, fine. Yep, we need a crossover. Okay, fine. I'm out. See ya.
Yeah.
Didn't even finish the story. Didn't even tell him how it ended. Basically, somebody else came in and had to finish the last couple issues of the story just to finish it. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
You know what, man? This is weird because I collect Spider-Man, but I don't even have the Amazing Spider-Man in my pull list right now because it's so not my thing, man. I had it for a while and I just was not enjoying it, so I dropped that. And my LCS guy's like, are you serious? Nobody drops ASM. I'm like, I am, man. I can't handle it. I just can't do it anymore.
Oh, it was what was that story? One More Day? Or it was the one storyline where they switched, where Spider-Man sold his soul to get Mary Jane back.
Man, I can't remember the name of that.
Yeah, it was whatever that storyline was. The guy ended up, my buddy was telling me that he had people who, that's when he quit collecting Spider-Man, was that storyline. But he said he was talking to his buddy and he said, these people complained the whole time. Oh, I hate this story. This story stinks. What'd they do? So he says, so did they quit collecting? No, they still bought the book, but they didn't read it. I had to complete their Spider-Man run, so they just kept buying it and never read it again.
Man, the Jackson Roy Kirk has not gone to his LCS on a weekly basis since 1996.
Wow.
Man, I started going to my LCS probably 91. And then I stopped around 2000 because I got married and had a lot of kids and was spending my money elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
But man, I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to spend money on new books anymore. And then I'm like, I'll just finish reading what I have. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, this was so good. I need the next one. So at least I'm reading something that I really enjoy and love. I have cut out a lot. And the whole COVID lockdown and them cutting books has helped me to cut back as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, my pull list went from like 50 books to like 30 books. And now I think I'm getting like maybe 15 to 18 different titles, maybe even less than that. So,
oh, I know a lot of people. One of my buddies in Ohio, he's got the same way. He's like gone down to almost nothing. Everything. He's like, every time something ends or these different stories get canceled or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know Harley Quinn just got canceled.
Kids Archie. Did it really?
Yeah.
They're done with Harley, huh?
They just ended that at issue 75. It came out this past Tuesday. Because the way DC's doing things now, I think they're shipping their books on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But the bad thing is because I was talking to my buddy, because that's all he collects, is basically Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
That's basically all he does. And right now,
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and then Harley Quinn gets canceled, but he's and I was thinking about it, I was looking at that, I'm like, it's $6 for the book. It's like $5.99. But they're giving you 48 pages for $5.99, and then they're canceling after issue 75. I think they're getting ready. What I've heard is they're getting ready for that G5 that they were talking about not doing.
Oh, that's right. You think they're going to do it again then?
I think that's what everybody's speculating is why all these books are getting canceled, like Batman and the Outsiders just got canceled also.
Yeah.
Batgirl got canceled. Supergirl was canceled a long time ago, but they never got around to canceling her. I guess because the TV show must have been doing so well.
I was actually pulling Supergirl. And I'm so mad that the last issue came out digitally. I haven't even read it because I'm just like, I wanted all of them, man. And you just
I know.
Digital? Like, what the heck? And that was a really good read. I actually really enjoyed it.
And what was it? What was it? Lucifer?
Dang. Do you see JoJo? I've never had a pull list. I just read old stuff. That's legit.
Yeah. That's the way to go. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Daymares, same thing. Grab stuff, whatever.
That's what a lot of people do. I've seen people that they're like, yeah, I don't really pick it up. I just go in there and find it later.
Let's see this. Looking for something. Comic fan. I just realized I am not subbed to you. So I'm subbing you up now.
Ooh.
I saw that and I'm like, wait a second. I'm not subbed to Comic Fan. So just subbed you up, Comic Fan. There we go. See, you're always meeting somebody new. Guys, you got 417 subs.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know about you. I'm sorry, man. There it is. Done. All right, let's see here. And 3 to 4 a month old stuff in the dollar bin. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that I want to read, and I'll never get to all of it, even if I spend my life, reading. So I'm very easy to please. Okay, sub me up to Boy Who Had 7. Guys, if you're subbed up to Bubs, I love you, Bub. This guy.
Oh, Bub.
I will unsub you right now and sub you back if that makes you feel better. Oh my gosh. Hey, yeah, sub each other up, y'all. Sub each other up. I just unsubscribed to Bubs. There we go. Oh man, that guy, man, I can't wait to have him on Comment Gories again because he's something else, man. He is something else. Sometimes I'll join No Faces chat on a Monday, and he's going off on his little sexy lady tangents, and
Yeah.
And right when I like pull it up, Wonder Woman's doing something inappropriate, and I'm like, "Well, here we are, Bob's channel." Oh my goodness, I love it. Tons of love to you, bro. Man, well, I got to get going, man.
I did too.
Wife is calling. I know it's already super late over there for you. So, but dude, this was great. Thank you so much for the great deal that you gave me, for the extra books you threw in, for the great packaging, man. I'm glad that this, is helping my collection, and the money you guys going to help you get your Action Comics and stuff. So it just worked out perfect, man.
Oh yes, thank you.
But let's hang out again, man. This was fun. I enjoyed it. And to the chat, thank you everybody that was here hanging out with us tonight. I got to meet somebody new. Comic Fan subbed you up, and Magic Lasso, Fuchsia, Flicks and Comics, Bubs, Bearded Comic Bro, Comic Fan, Daymers, Patrick Wall, the Jackson Roy Kirk. Let's see, who else am I missing? I think that's everybody that's still in here. Super Russ took off already. A couple others, but guys, thank you so much. Awesome. Look at that. 666.
That's a great book.
Damien, baby. So we are out of here, guys, but tons of love to all of you. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Let's hang out again.